These things are pretty cool. All right. Hello, beautiful people. Today is December 18th. It is 7:07 p.m. and I am in a place, well, I'm in a hotel, or technically in. I am in Banner Elk, North Carolina, and I think the inn is called Little Main Street Inn. So, some people might want to know, why am I actually in the inn? Well, I am on a winter trip. Usually, I've been doing this for the last 3 years. When I'm employed by my current job, for the last 3 years, I took a trip somewhere. I took a trip, did a winter trip somewhere. So, like in 2021, I went to this area too. It was in Banner Elk. It's actually Boone, which is like maybe 20 minutes away, to go to Appalachian Ski Mountain, and that was the first time I ever skied, and I was terrible at it. And then second year, I just randomly went around places. I went to Orlando first, then I went to Jacksonville, which is the thing that motivated me to travel to actually live in Jacksonville. Then I went to Macon, Georgia, and then I went to Atlanta, Georgia. And now the third time, which is currently, I went to Banner Elk, and I had like this idea in my head to do like a ski tripathon. I thought like I should go to three to five ski parks and just ski, and I thought that would be fun. But as I actually start traveling and shit, and going traveling for hours and hours, it started to become less fun, and like reality set in, and traveling for hours to go from one place to the next is really annoying. So I think I'm gonna just stick to one ski park, which is called the ski park I'm fixated on. Is called Beach Mountain, and this is in, well, close to Banner Elk, North Carolina. I have a bunch of notes here, if I can remember. Yeah. So first thing I did, I for the winter trip, I actually went to Charlotte, North Carolina. Um, and the only reason why I wanted to go is because I realized that Charlotte, North Carolina, that's where the Charlotte Hornets play, and I wanted to see a Charlotte Hornets game. So I traveled all the way to Charlotte, North Carolina, just to see a game, and they were playing the Philadelphia 76ers. And I have some footage. Hopefully, I'll show it within this vlog.
Tyree Maxey.
But to make a long story short, they got their ass whooped by the 70. I don't know too much about NBA. This is my second professional NBA game I went to. The first one I went to was the Atlanta Hawks, which was last year on my winter trip. Atlanta Hawks versus the Detroit Pistons. And the second time I went to the Charlotte Hornets to see them play against the 76ers. And I looked at the rankings, like I saw them play, and I was seeing them get their ass visibly kicked. I'm like, wow, why are they so bad? And I started to like do some research while like watching them play. Like, what are the NBA rankings? And I found out that the 76ers are like the number three best team in the league, and the Hornets are like number 15. So then I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So like the total, like when I left, the total was like 107 versus 56. The Philadelphia, no, yeah, the Philadelphia 76ers were killing them. Um, on this trip, like I haven't really been eating too much. The only thing I've been eating so far is just apples and oatmeal. So that's all I have, and I just ran out of apples. So now I'm eating straight oatmeal. I don't put any sugar on it. The only thing I put on it is like salt and cinnamon. I don't know if this is making me smell less. I'm not sure. I've been around people. I've been to three different hotels. No, one hotel, two different inns, and also been to a sports game. Not only did I go to the the Charlotte's Hornets, I also went to the Panthers game, and I have some footage on that too.
Miles Sanders is the ball carrier.
Hopefully, I show some footage. But I went to the Panthers game, and the Panthers. I already knew the Panthers suck because I always follow football. I always follow the NFL, and I think they were 1-12 or some shit. I don't even know. I don't remember their wins and losses. But I know their record was like they only won once, and they lost all the rest. And it was week 15, so it technically would be like 1-14 or 1-13 or something like that. And they were playing the Atlanta Hawks, and I don't remember their record, but I think they had 5 wins and the rest were losses or something like that, or maybe they had 6 wins and the rest was losses. So getting there, I naturally assumed like the Atlanta Hawks was going to beat them, and when I got there, it was raining, it was 46 degrees outside, and it was fucking windy. But for some reason, I thought it was going to be cool because I was like, oh shit, this is my second game. Because this is the second time I actually went to a professional. So this is the second time actually going to an NBA game and the second time going to an NFL game. And the Panthers stadium is so close to the Hornets arena. It's like maybe like 10 minutes apart or something. So it was like, oh, this is dope. And there weren't that many people. It had the lowest ticket sales ever. Well, not ever, but it had extremely low prices and tickets, mainly because there's a sucking team, but also because of the weather conditions. So I was able to actually get a really good seat. I had section 12, so that's like the second floor, and I was close to like the field goal. Hopefully I show some pictures. This is another thing. I didn't actually do too much video stuff for the Panthers game because I was so fucking cold and it was raining and my feet were soaked. I really hated the game in general because nothing was happening visibly at the game. They were trying to just run the game. They were trying to run the ball so many times, and both sides sucked. And I was completely fucked up with all the cold air coming in and the rain dripping on my shoes and soaking my socks, and I was just completely in a terrible state. But it was something. Like I never been to Charlotte. I never saw a Panther game. I never went to the Hornets, so that was pretty cool. What else happened? Yeah. So the last time I posted a vlog was in October, maybe the 15th. So I don't know. Why did I stop posting? I mean, shit. There's nothing. I couldn't really think of anything to post. There was nothing really I did that's noteworthy to post about. Like I used to like the first time I made this channel, I used to post like almost every day because I'm out in the office. I was in the office with somebody. I was in the office with someone, and I would just, I would use this to vent my frustrations of just dealing with people. But now, like fast forward, technically 5 years from now, like I have a work at home job. So I don't have to deal with anybody physically. So what am I really going to talk about? You know what I mean? There's nothing really to talk about. So I used to post weekly things, but the only reason I would post it is due to the fact that like maybe there was something going on, like at a doctor's appointment, or I have like this idea of what could be the reason why I have this weird abnormal odor, and going to doctors and explaining what the doctor said. But I haven't been going to doctors at all, actually. I haven't gone to any doctors. I've been reading some comments from some of my previous vlogs where they say, hey, you should do a GI map, or it's like a GI map, or you should take this medicinal bullshit or something. And I mean, I'll take a GI map, but I think it's pointless. I don't think it's going to show anything. Just like many of the other tests I've taken over the course of years haven't really shown anything. It just showed that I'm normal as shit. There's nothing physically wrong with me. I did want to go to a GI to go and see if I have like SIBO, because a lot of people say they have SIBO. I want to see if I have SIBO or if I have like some type of like IBS or something, because I did notice that if I eat a lot of food, I get like, maybe this is TMI, but I get like diarrhea the next morning, and I'm like, maybe that's like a symptom of IBS or some shit. I know IBS, there is like people have like diarrhea problems, but I don't know if that has to do with just eating too much food. I'm not entirely sure. So I wanted to at least go to GI for that. And I still have to pay off all my doctor bills. I still haven't paid off all the doctor bills and stuff. So that's the thing. What else happened? Oh, yeah. So after getting the results that I don't have anything genetically wrong with me, I just, it actually explains why I haven't been to doctors. But now I'm starting to think more and more of the possibility that maybe it's always been skin emissions. I didn't think I had PATM, but maybe the possibility is I have some type of skin emission. I am emitting some type of gas at at an extraordinary rate. Like the normal person everybody emits some type of gas within their skin, but maybe for people like us, we emit like a stronger or a higher concentration of this gas that might irritate the senses, or it might give off an odor. So I'm sort of heading in that direction. Like maybe there is some type of skin emission thing going on where there is some type of chemical substance that's emitting from my skin at higher concentrations more than the average person, where it is giving off an odor and is also irritating senses. Because again, I'm not only hearing people say I smell bad, or I smell like shit, or I smell like whatever. I also see people rub their noses, or sniffle, or do this sometimes, and so there's that as well. But the problem is, even if I acknowledge that there might be something to do with skin emissions, I don't know. There's not really a skin emission doctor to go to. You naturally think to go to a dermatologist, but dermatologists don't know what the fuck. No one really knows what the fuck this is about. Like, there's very little information about skin emissions, and if you do look up any type of scholarly articles, it's only from like, articles from people from China or or Japan. Like, for some reason in Asian countries, skin emissions is a big thing. They're making articles about it. I've never seen one where it's like from America, so I don't think there's any type of specialist I can really go to like ask about skin emissions. And if I emit 40 times the rate of this chemical, what do I do about it? You know what I mean? I already submitted information from the UDN, which is the Undiagnosed Disease Network, but they haven't responded back, of course. Yeah, I don't know. They said it. I don't know. I don't know if they're ever going to respond back. They say maybe it'll take years to respond back, but since it's not like something that's terminal, I don't think they're going to respond back too swiftly. But yeah, I'm here in Banner Elk, North Carolina, and I'm here to do a ski tripathon. But again, like, after driving around so many times, I don't really feel like the plan was to actually go to South Carolina and then go to this place called Ski Sapphire Valley, and then North Carolina to go to Beach Mountain, and then go to Virginia and go to Winter Green Resort. But I'm so fucking tired of just traveling and driving for hours that I'm just going to. I haven't actually went to the ski park yet. I'm going to go tomorrow. So I'm going to go to ski park, try to get some lessons, possibly, more than likely, bust my ass skiing, and then just go home. Maybe stop by Columbia, South Carolina, right before I immediately go down to go back to Jacksonville. What else? I saw snow for the first time, and I saw it today.
Don't hurry. Mountain time. We'll hear that all night. Mountain time. Yeah, just nice and easy. 5 is just a shot.
Right.
8. I'm a 33-year-old man, and I never saw it snow once in my life because I lived in Miami, which is like a tropical area. I would never see it snow. I didn't even see it snow in Jacksonville. I mean, I've only been to Jacksonville less than a year, but today was the first day I ever saw snow. I also saw deer for the first time. They all were dead. They were all dead. Okay, most of them were dead. But I saw deer, and I did see a live one. I saw a live one while it was snowing, and I was driving down these windy ass roads, and I saw 2 deer like go across the road and just like frolic, and I'm like, oh my god, how majestic. And it was just like, it was so surreal, like snowing for the first time, because when I went out, because I'm like in an inn and I'm hearing this noise because people are coming back, and I'm like, I see something like falling. I'm like, is it raining outside? And then when I open up the door, I'm seeing white stuff. But seriously, like, I'm like, oh shit, it's snowing. This is crazy. And, for people who've already seen snow, it might not be a big deal. But for a person who only saw snow within like TV shows and movies, it's like one of the biggest deals in the world. And I'm like, holy shit, right? And I try to put my hand out to try to, get the snow, I guess, droplets on my hand or whatever. And they never fell on my hand, so I look fucking stupid doing it. But yeah, snow for the first time. That was pretty cool. Yeah. What else happened? Yeah, snow for the first. Oh yeah. So this is December 18th. I'm gonna try to get back to Jacksonville before it hits Christmas Eve, which is going to be on Sunday. I don't think I'm gonna go to my family. Every year I think this is with typical families. There might be some big family function where people travel down to go to like this one house where they have, their aunts, uncles, cousins all gathered together to have this like big family dinner and stuff like that. And I did that for the majority of my life. I think the only time I didn't do that's not even true. I did this for the majority, I would think almost every time in my life. But now at this moment, I don't want to go to a trip. I don't want to go to any family function or any winter, I guess, Christmas dinner or anything like that at all. I'm just not interested anymore. And it's sort of fucked up to say that because that's like one of the biggest points of going to Christmas. For Thanksgiving and Christmas, biggest point is to like spend time with family, etc., etc. But man, after I left Miami to go to Jacksonville, I overheard my grandma, so I'm at my mother's house, and I'm in my room, and my room is really close to the porch outside. So for the last time I actually saw my grandmother face to face, she asked for hugs because she knew I was gonna leave tomorrow, or maybe I don't know if I left tomorrow or that night. So I gave her a hug, and she already put on a weird face when I was like reaching out. She was like, she had like a disturbed look on her face. And I'm like, oh, I didn't think of anything of it. But when I went back in my room and I hear them walking outside on the porch, I overhear my grandmother say, oh my God, he smells so terrible. And mind you, I have always talked to my grandma about this odor condition and said, hey man, do I smell bad? Because, I'm constantly getting people say that I smell bad, etc., etc. Talked to her for years about it. And she would always deny it and say, oh, I don't smell you. You smell fine, etc., etc. And to finally actually get confirmation Yeah, I smell bad to my grandmother based on just overhearing a conversation my grandmother had to my mother saying, "Oh my God, he smells so terrible." That was an extreme letdown. It was an extreme letdown. It was I don't want to say it was traumatizing, but I was fucking shocked, bro. I'm not gonna lie. To the very point that she tried to call me several times in Jacksonville. Even my mother tried to call me several times. Still when I went to Jacksonville and I stopped, I have never picked up the phone, and I'm just not interested in going back to see her, or going back to even go to a fun family function, even though I know that's fucked up. Because I do feel lonely staying in Jacksonville, to be honest, and I don't really have friends or family to communicate with, or hang out with in Jacksonville. But damn, I'd rather not just travel all the way down to. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna travel all the way down to Miami, bro. It's gonna take like 6 hours or something, and I just don't. I just don't really feel like doing all that shit. And in addition to that, I don't know. I just don't feel like doing all that. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Um, I just, the thing is, I just don't trust my family. And if I don't trust my family, then who can I trust? You know? And that's the thing I think that puts a damper on Christmas in general. It puts a damper on Christmas and Thanksgiving in general. If I didn't have this condition, bruh, if I didn't have this condition, I would definitely go. I wouldn't think even twice not to go down, And I probably already have my own family. If I didn't have this condition, I probably already have my own family and do my own things. If I didn't have a family, like and what I mean, like a family, I mean like a wife, girlfriend, maybe a kid or some shit. I don't know. But even if I didn't, I wouldn't mind going. Clearly, I wouldn't mind going back to back to a family function, family Christmas dinner thing. But I don't know. I think I'm just gonna stay home in Jacksonville and maybe try to cook something up for myself and play video games. I don't fucking know. I'm going to try to upload this on Christmas Eve. So if I do, happy Christmas Eve and happy Christmas or Merry Christmas. I don't know if I'm going to make a New Year's video. That'll be weird, but that'll be interesting. Never made a New Year's video on this channel, so we'll see if I can pull that off. In any case, I'm going to end it right here. Bye. I think this is the better one.